Well, folks, shortly before he surrendered to the Georgia legal system yesterday, Donald Trump replaced his top lawyer representing him in that particular criminal trial. He had been represented by a man by the name of Drew Fling, and he has now replaced him with high-profile, white-collar criminal defense attorney Steven Sadow. And immediately upon taking on Donald Trump as a client, Mr. Sadow, if I'm pronouncing that name correctly, issued a statement that proves, yep, you're kind of an idiot. Here is what his statement said. I have been retained to represent President Trump in the Fulton County, Georgia case. The president should never have been indicted. He is innocent of all the charges brought against him. Now, here's the thing. If this dude had just stopped right there, perfectly fine statement, right? That's what a lawyer should say. Like, my client is innocent of these charges. The charges never should have been brought. The end. Thank you very much. That is my statement. That is how you professionally handle that situation. But then, as per usual, he didn't stop there. He then said, we look forward to the case being dismissed, or, if necessary, an unbiased, open-minded jury finding the president not guilty. Prosecutions intended to advance or serve the ambitions and careers of political opponents of the president have no place in our justice system. See, you just did two things right there. First, you made an incorrect assumption as to why Donald Trump is being prosecuted in the first place, which shows that you are clearly buying into Donald Trump's awful legal defense of, hey, I'm being prosecuted because I'm running for president. You walk into court saying that crap, you're going to get laughed out of there and your client's going to go to prison for the rest of his life. The other thing, the first thing you actually said there was, as long as we have an unbiased, open-minded jury. See, that kind of gives up the game too, because you're already admitting like, hey, listen, if we get a regular Atlanta jury, this guy's toast. So we have to hope that we can get a favorable jury because the facts of this case are not on our side. That's what that means. See, as I've always said, I've worked in a law firm with some of the best lawyers in the country for 20 years. I understand how jury selection works, and I understand that sometimes certain venues, you're going to get juries that it's almost impossible to get a conviction against a corporation. I work with plaintiffs' lawyers, not criminal defense folks. But sometimes, even in the toughest jurisdictions, good lawyers are able to secure a verdict. It doesn't matter the political leanings of these individuals. It doesn't matter their ties to the corporation, that has been poisoning their community. If the evidence is good, you can get a conviction if you're a good lawyer. And this guy, in his statement, stupidly admits like, hey, listen, I got to make sure I get just the right jury because otherwise I can't win. That's not a statement you want to hear coming from your lawyer. And granted, he didn't say it in those words, but we can interpret the meaning here. And he is admitting, whether he wanted to or not, that he doesn't have the facts of the case on his side, and his only hope of keeping his client out of jail is to make sure that he gets a Trump-favorable jury. Not a strong statement, not a smart statement, and it shows you how screwed Donald Trump probably really is. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.